Good morning everyone and welcome to chemistry class. Today we are going to discuss types of adsorption. We studied that the phenomena of attracting and retaining the molecules of a substance on the surface of a liquid or a solid, resulting into high concentration of molecules on the surface, is called adsorption. And adsorption of gases on solids can be of two types: physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. Now let us discuss physical adsorption first. When a gas is held on the surface of a solid by van der Waals forces, which are weak intermolecular forces of attraction, without resulting into the formation of any chemical bond between the adsorbate and adsorbent, then it is called as physical adsorption. It is also known as van der Waals adsorption or physioadsorption. Now look at an example. In the adsorption of dihydrogen on the surface of finely divided platinum, hydrogen molecules are first attracted towards the surface of platinum by weak van der Waals forces of attraction and then adsorbed due to unbalanced forces of attraction or free valencies on the surface, and this is called as physical adsorption. And here surface of platinum is the adsorbent and hydrogen gas is the adsorbate. Now note it down that there is no chemical bonding between adsorbate and adsorbent. Thus we can say that physical adsorption occurs when a gas accumulates on the surface of a solid by van der Waals forces of attraction without the formation of chemical bond between the adsorbate and adsorbent. Now let us discuss chemical adsorption. And chemical adsorption is defined as a phenomena that occurs when gas molecules or atoms are held to the surface of a solid by chemical bonds. And in the example of dihydrogen and platinum, on increasing the temperature, the adsorbed dihydrogen molecules on the surface of platinum get dissociates into the hydrogen atoms. These hydrogen atoms are held strongly by platinum surface through chemical bonds. Chemical bonds can be ionic or covalent in nature. In some cases, both physical and chemical adsorption take place at the same time, and it is not possible to identify the type of adsorption. So, basic characteristics of adsorption depends upon the specificity of the adsorbent, nature of adsorbate, reversibility of the process, enthalpy of adsorption, activation energy, and surface area of adsorbent. In physical adsorption, surface of solid adsorbent does not have any specific preference for a particular gas or adsorbate, because van der Waals forces that act on the adsorbent or adsorbate are universal in nature. But chemical adsorption is highly specific in nature because it occurs only if there is an ionic or covalent bond formation between adsorbate and adsorbent. So we can say that physical adsorption is not specific in nature, but chemical adsorption is highly specific in nature. The amount of gas adsorbed by the adsorbent also depends upon the nature of a gas or adsorbate. Different gases are adsorbed to the different extents by same adsorbent at the same temperature. At 288 Kelvin, 1 gram of charcoal absorbs 388 cc of sulfur dioxide gas and 16.2 cc of methane and only 4.5 cc of hydrogen gas. The volume of sulfur dioxide, methane and hydrogen gas are reported at the STP conditions, and it may be seen from the critical values that higher the critical temperature of a gas, greater is the amount of that gas adsorbed. In other words, a gas which is more easily liquefiable or is more soluble in water is more readily adsorbed. So we can say that the critical temperature of a gas is related to the intermolecular forces, which is an important factor for adsorption too. Higher the critical temperature, more easily the gas can be liquefied. That is, greater are the intermolecular forces of attractions too. And the critical temperature of a gas is defined as the temperature above which the gas cannot be liquefied, however high the pressure applied. And it can be seen that the volume of adsorbed gases increases as the critical temperature increases. The critical temperature of sulfur dioxide gas is 430 Kelvin. Therefore, it is adsorbed more on charcoal than methane and hydrogen gas, which is having critical temperature 190 and 33 degree Kelvin respectively. And in chemical adsorption, there is no correlation is seen between the amount of gas adsorbed and critical temperature of the gas. But adsorption depends upon the chemical nature of the gas. Greater is the reactivity of the gas or adsorbate, greater is the amount of adsorption. Therefore, we can say that both physical and chemical adsorption depends upon the nature of adsorbate. Now, let us discuss the reversible nature of the process. Like any other equilibrium, adsorption is the process involving true equilibrium, with adsorption on one side and desorption on other side. The two opposing processes involved are adsorption of gases on the surface of solid and desorption of gas molecules from the surface of solid into gaseous phase. And the process of adsorption is exothermic in nature, and it can be represented as gas adsorbate plus solid adsorbent, which gives gas adsorbed on solid plus heat. And according to Le-Catellier principle, when we increase the pressure or decrease the temperature, equilibrium shifts forward, or we can say that adsorption increases. And when we decrease the pressure and increase the temperature, then equilibrium shifts in the backward direction, or we can say that desorption takes place, or in other words, adsorption decreases. For example, 1 gram of charcoal adsorbs about 10 cc of nitrogen at 273 Kelvin, 20 cc at 244 Kelvin and 45 cc at 195 Kelvin. The decrease of adsorption with increase of temperature takes place. Or we can say that increase of temperature decreases the adsorption. Physical adsorption is reversible in nature due to the weak van der Waals forces of attractions. But chemical adsorption is irreversible in nature because it involves the formation of a compound. For example, oxygen adsorbed on carbon is liberated as carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide. So, due to the compound formation, the efforts to free adsorbed gas will release the compound instead of the free gas. Like in this case, oxygen adsorbed on carbon liberates carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide. So, we can say that physical adsorption is reversible in nature, but chemical adsorption is irreversible. In physical adsorption, only weak van der Waals forces of attraction present between adsorbate and adsorbent. So, enthalpy of adsorption is quite low, that is 20 to 40 kilojoule per mole. And chemical adsorption is also exothermic in nature. But in chemical adsorption, a large amount of heat is released because a chemical bond formation takes place between the adsorbate and the adsorbent. Now, we can conclude that enthalpy of adsorption is low in physical adsorption and high in chemical adsorption. Now, let us discuss the activation energy required for the process. Activation energy is the minimum energy required to convert reactants into the respective products. And physical adsorption involves no chemical reaction, or we can say that only the weak van der Waals forces of attractions are present there. So, it do not require any activation energy for the adsorption. But in chemical adsorption, chemical reaction is involved and it requires high energy of activation. For example, a gas may be physically adsorbed at low temperature but chemically adsorbed at higher temperature. For example, it happens in case of adsorption of hydrogen or nickel. When chemical adsorption takes place by increasing the temperature, that is by supplying activation energy, the process is called activated adsorption. So we can conclude that physical adsorption requires a very less amount of activation energy, but chemical adsorption requires a high amount of activation energy. Thank you students and have a nice day.